Welcome back to Colonel Samuel Smith Park and the 2025 AFL Canada Men's Club Championship. And Patrick, we've reached the main event. It's for all the marbles. It's for the trophy. It's the Calgary Kangaroos. It's the Atlantic Pirates. East versus West. What's going to happen here? I have no idea. Let's find out.
Yeah, it should be a great game. Two teams, 3-0. I said a number of times that these teams are not in the traditional league circuit like you'd see with AFL Ontario, both coming here with a point to prove, and both of them have proved it already, but now they have to prove it to each other to see who is the best in the nation, whether it's East or West. The trophy's leaving the province. We just don't know which direction it's going in.
Both these teams had big upsets over big Toronto teams here in this one. Dingoes and Rebels had to be the favorites in this one, but they're not in this game. It's the Calgary Kangaroos and the Atlantic Pirates. We're just about getting ready to go. Tough to say who's going to win this one. Both teams have been impressive in this tournament. Umpire making sure everybody's ready. The ball is up. We're ready to go. Take it away, Patrick.
And Pirates in black, Kangaroos in white and blue. Calgary with possession off the opening tip. Ball going along the right side. Roos working on the right boundary. Putting on the Jets. Kick to the 50-meter arc. Ball will go on its edge. Bouncing. Can the Roos keep it in? That was Werner with it. Ball goes to ground. We've got a good contest. And bodies going to the ground. And umpire gets the whistle out here. Not much to pick from there. That'll be umpire's balls. We're through the first 30 seconds or so of this grand final.
Sure, both these teams have good fitness, but it's been a slog here for both of them. Hot weekend here in Toronto. Their fourth game in 2 days. Oh, that's a big tackle. And that will be holding the ball on a free kick to the Pirates, to Lyndon Tilby. Kick, though, doesn't go well. Off the hand of 36 Marco Main. Actually, there's two 36s, so I guess I can't be 100% sure of that. And
Adam McGraw with the free kick. Got an opportunity to put the Roos up. No score here in the early going.
Adam McGraw from Warragul in Victoria, Australia. No angle here. That's a nice looking kick. It looks like that's dead center. That will be the first goal of this one. Goes to the Kangaroos. They're hopping here early in this one.
Now, the thing, too, we talked about these teams both being 3-0 as a result. Whichever team falls behind, in this case, the Pirates, kind of in unfamiliar territory. Obviously, we're just getting going here, but that first goal kick, very critical for either team to set the tempo, and it ends up being the Kangaroos that strike first. And McGraw and the Australians are obviously going to have a big impact in how this game's decided one way or another. Tremendous growth in both parts of Canada that are represented in this game, and still much hangs in the balance as to who's going to be the victor today.
As you know, the first time the Pirates will have to come from behind. We'll see how they can do with that. Ball up. And Calgary gains control again. Nice tackle there, though, and that should be holding the ball. Atlantic takes the ball. Here's Inkpen. Gets a boot on it. Just goes way high. Off of hands. Battle for the ball. Amaro just kicking it forward. There's a big hit. Amaro is co-captain of the Pirates with Chris Bork, both co-captains from Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, the small town in southwestern Nova Scotia. But more importantly, here's Angus Dullard with the free kick. Does get a mark there. Pirates play on. Look like they're wanting flow, and they're going for it here. Woods going after the ball. Kangaroos do get control. Get the ball in the midfield.
Might be trying to stop the play as Angus Dullard collided with one of the 36s behind the play a moment ago, and the play had just gone on, and I think they're trying to get that to stop. And a great sportsmanship by Dullard there. He could have played on, but he wanted to make sure his opponent was okay. He may be bleeding, actually, as well.
Those Kangaroos will be... Oh, well, he is staying on. They're instructing him to go to the bench. Kangaroos will get a substitution there. Ball on the ground. Oh, that's another big hit. Oh, been a few in this one. Kicked there by Euler. Off of hands. Not deep there into the forward 50 for the Pirates. And now the Kangaroos again have it. This is James Clock with the handball. There's another one, but it goes to the Pirates. And it's been a bit of a back and forth right now here in the midfield.
Yeah, you can tell it's two really good teams. A lot of skill on both sides. There's a beautiful smother by Angus Dullard. He's been buzzing around for the Pirates all afternoon as he's digging in for that ball in the forward 50. I think that sounds like a high contact. That's going to be a free kick paid to Dullard.
Or in the back. I think it was probably in the back. Regardless, Dullard will get the free kick. Likely too far to score, but you never know. These a lot of good kicks here.
Yeah, Angus Dullard's one of the Australians that's come to Halifax and really boosted their program the last number of years. Anthony Payable going to provide him a handball option, but it looks like Dullard's going to try to kick for goal or at least kick for a close mark to the goal. He'll take a swing at it. That looks pretty good. Oh, it's spoiled. Wow, right on the line. A beautiful spoil to keep the Pirates off the scoreboard.
No goaltender in this sport, but a little bit of goaltending in that one. Well done, well defended by the Kangaroos. That kick, not what they were looking for. That's, I believe, out on the full, and that will be, or did it bounce? No, it looks like it'll be a free kick to the Kangaroos. Deep in their defensive 50. They have the only score in this one, a goal. So 1 goal, no behind, 6 points for the Kangaroos. Pirates yet to score as we've passed the 5-minute mark of this first half.
Yeah, well-played game so far. You can tell it's two strong teams. Here's young Harrison Hyde, 23-year-old of the Kangaroos. He's got his hand up over his eyes, looking to see what his options are. Thought about switching the field, and he is going to go to the right side. Maybe a little bit of a risky kick, but it is one that is successful. No kick is a bad one if it hits your intended target, as the Roos will try to march their way down the field. As, again, we are just about 6 minutes in on our unofficial clock. Kick to the left boundary. They'll try to work on the boundary and then cut towards the quarter. You would think down the left side of the field it goes. Not quite an intercept mark. I think that was Fable getting in the line of fire, taking the ball for the Pirates. Contact still on the right side of the field. Maybe that was, might have been Ink Pen booting that up in the air.
Like there's a free kick here. And it will be going to the Kangaroos. So see if they can get another forward 50 entry here. That one finds grass, but it does go in the right direction. Pirates defending hard. Do come up with the ball. Kick it to midfield. Handing the Kangaroo, but Pirates on him quickly. Ball bouncing around. Lots of players around the ball. That's a nice handball by the Kangaroos. Kick towards their forward 50 off of hands. Here is green for the Pirates. Kick towards the wing and a mark there for the Kangaroos.
Yeah, tough for either team to really get any sort of link up here because they're both doing such a good job at taking away space from the opposition. Sky-high kick along the left boundary, successfully marked by the Kangaroos. Play on the free kick. Oh, and a beautiful mark. Spoke a little prematurely, but it is marked there by the Roos. They've got an opportunity here in their forward 50 with an early 6-0 lead. Going to try to slow the play down here. And this is a key moment in the game early for Calgary to try to expand their advantage.
45-degree angle. I'm going to guess 30 meters, 35 meters out. It is from the far side of the field, so difficult for viewage for us here at our broadcast position. Didn't see the number of who's kicking it. It's a nice-looking kick, though. Does it have the... It doesn't quite have the... But is that a mark? And...
I think that was Chris Enns marking that, it looked like, if it was marked at all.
And it is, so...
Oh, correction. It's Matt Macon.
This could be the second goal for the Kangaroos. This would be a big one if they can go up by 2 goals early in the first half of this first half. As we've talked about, it's only 2 20-minute halves, so if you get a lead, it can be tough to come back. That is... Looks like it's a behind.
No easy goals.
It was quite the tough angle there. So Just getting confirmed. Yeah, that is a behind. So the Kangaroos at 1 goal, 1 behind, 7 points. Pirates yet to score. See if the Pirates can get some ball movement here. Oh, that's a nice Harrison Hyde with a great spoil there. It goes over the line, will be a boundary throw in. Still where the Kangaroos want it. It's in a dangerous area of the field for them. Pirates will have to defend. No, that throw won't be good enough, and they'll redo that.
Yeah, boundary umpires have been very particular about making sure they get those throw-ins right, as they should for a game of this magnitude. But the Roos will try to take advantage. Just taking the ground there was Matt Macon, calling his name a lot, as he had that behind just moments ago. And it will be the Pirates. I believe that's Lyndon Tilby that'll be kicking it out. Ball goes skyward, up in the air. Angus Dullard's looking for it. And he's got his nose taped up. I think that's from that prior collision earlier. He finds Ian Euler, who's been playing in Australia the last year. He'll kick it through the middle, looking for Kolivas of the St. John Bulldogs. Ball bouncing around in that forward 50 for the Pirates. Battle goes to the ground, and you hear the umpire's whistle go, and we're seeing a lot of good contests all around the field here in the early going between two strong teams. That'll end up being a free kick in their defensive 50 for the Roos.
High contact on the Kangaroos. They get the free kick. There's a mark for one of the 36s. Kangaroos with the 7-point lead. There's a nice mark there. Nice kick. Nice mark. Kangaroos certainly having more of the play right now. And there's another mark there. That's Joel Griffiths.
A 40-year-old who started playing in Jerusalem, Australia. He's got an opportunity. Pretty good-looking kick, looking to goal score. Doesn't have a lot of options. Goes off Pirate hands. And it might be an opportunity there for the Roos, but it'll be kicked out of trouble. I think it was Anthony Payable kicking it. But almost an intercept mark there. Ball just bouncing around. Who wants it? It's going to end up on Maroney, I believe, his foot. He'll kick to a contest. And that is marked. That is a big opportunity in the game for the Roos. They lead 7-0. They've got a prime scoring chance here to add to that lead, David.
Yeah, not much of an angle, about 25 meters out. Big opportunity, be a big goal. Chances haven't been plentiful in this game. This is Harrison Hyde.
It's been good this quarter.
Absolutely. Lots of energy, which is amazing given how much footy these players have played this weekend. The ball's away. It looks good. The Kangaroos love it, and they should. It's the second goal for the Kangaroos, and it's a lucky 13 for the Kangaroos and a 13-point lead for them right now.
Yeah, young Harrison Hyde's been one of the stories of this game so far for the Roos, producing offensively. As you mentioned earlier, David, he had a nice spoil there, too, as he went shoulder to shoulder with Anthony Payable. And he's been a difference maker. But, again, it's still early, according to our clock, which is unofficial, or about 12 minutes in. But certainly, if you're a Calgary Kangaroos supporter, you have to like the start they're off to.
Tribal Sport, the official tournament partner of the 2025 Men's Club Championships. With more than 20 years of experience and a deep understanding of the international footy market, Tribal Sport is your source for high-quality on- and off-field apparel. Visit tribalsport.com.au to order your club merchandise today.
Not much to choose from the ball up, so they're going to do it again. Pirates again in black, Roos in white and blue. First time the Pirates have worn black. I think they were wearing white through the group stage.
The way this is going, you wonder if they'll switch for the second half if this continues.
I don't know. That might not be great for commentators, but it might be good for superstition.
Well, the numbers will be the same.
True.
The ball on the ground. Lots of players around the ball right now. Little bit of space here. Little bit of run. Bounce doesn't go well, and then loses the ball. Calgary gets it back. Nice tackle there, though. Kicked off the ground. Just outside, now inside the 50-meter line for the Pirates. But the Kangaroos can clear. Nice handball and a big sky kick there. It goes in the midst of the Pirates. Goes on quickly. The Pirates have been moving on quickly in this first half. It hasn't always worked out for them. There's a handball just outside the 50-meter arc. Here's a high kick. Can they get a mark? Yeah, there's a mark, but that's a defensive mark for the Calgary Kangaroos, and their defense is holding well.
Yeah, really well. The Pirates weren't even able to switch to the corridor. It kept along the boundary, and the Roos still get a big intercept mark as the ball goes along the left side as Thought that might be another intercept as the ball going along the ground. We're seeing a lot of the game being played at the moment, although I think the ball may have squirted out just there. As we're coming up on 14 minutes into this first half. We're going to get a boundary throw in right around the midpoint of the field. So the Pirates they're going to need to get more time in that inside 50 as this half goes on.
Ball in. Tilby got the hands on it, but couldn't get the mark. Hands on it here now. Going forward. Ooh, there's a big tackle.
I think that
See what the call is here.
I think that was Robert Inkpen. He knows this ground very well, plays for the Pirates, but used to play for the Toronto Rebels. He's more than happy with the physical element of footy.
Absolutely. Ball up. Lots of players around the field. Seems like half the players are around the ball right now. There's a whistle. And it'll be a free kick here, I believe, to the Kangaroos. So that would relieve some pressure. Kangaroos leading by 13. Approaching 5 minutes left here in the first half. Pretty low-scoring game between these two teams. They've certainly not, each team not giving much inch to the other right now. But the Kangaroos do have the lead, 13 points ahead. Picked up. Pirates get it to the midfield. Can't pick it up. Now in Kangaroo hands. Here is Brzezinski. Gets the handball away. That kick goes over the head of Creighton for the Pirates. Now here's Griffiths. Griffiths kicks towards goal. Will it reach? It doesn't, but what a mark there by Adam McGraw.
I called his name a few times in this first half.
Absolutely, and this will be, you wouldn't bet against this one going through the big sticks. We'll have a bit of a angle here, but he's not much more than 10 meters away from goal. This would be a big one for the Kangaroos. One quick kick down there and a mark. See if he can finish it off. Oh, and he does. That's a nice goal there. McGraw with the big one for the Kangaroos. 3 goals, 1 behind, 19 points. Pirates yet to score.
Yeah, all Kangaroos thus far in this first half. A little less than 4 to go, and you just good ball movement, a lot of crisp marking of the ball by the Roos in this first half. And, it's obviously still lots of time to go, but we talked about these being 2 3-0 teams. Pirates not used to playing from behind, but they're going to have to find a way to do that now as the ball goes back to the middle of the field.
Yeah, not much time in these games. These are quick ones. They had the flow. It was going towards the Pirates scoring end, but Kangaroos gain control. Three players bang, you get a mark close to goals, and it's a goal there for the Kangaroos. So, bit of a have to see if they can not lose faith from that goal.
Ball up in the middle of the field, and as contest goes to ground again. We should note as well, if you were watching the stream earlier, Kyle Robinson, who was actually named best and fairest for AFL Atlantic, went down, unfortunately, with an injury, so the Pirates are playing without him in this game. Of course, I'm sure there's a lot of players who've been banged up throughout the tournament. Kick through the corridor as the Roos go towards forward 50, as handball option along the left, as pressure being brought there by the Pirates, as Kevin Werner, among others, there chasing after it for the Kangaroos. Calgary marching up the field, a couple of handballs back and forth, north-south, north-south. As down the Kangaroos player down, tough to see from this angle, and I don't think there was much in the way of prior there. So that is going to be the umpire's ball.
Just under 2.5 minutes left here in the first half. Kangaroos lead by 19. The only 19 points scored in this game. Certainly have to see they get the next one. It would be a real commanding lead. Pirates need something here. That will help. That is Kiffer. Kicks towards, and they do get a mark in their forward 50. That's what the doctor ordered for the Pirates. This is Tyler Coffin. He knows this ground well, former Grand River Gargoyle. Kicks it quickly. They get a mark, though. Not sure that was the intention. Maybe it was. Doesn't matter. That is Steve Weaver Crawford. And you're never going to bet against him. He has been a force in this tournament.
Led AFL Atlantic in points this year.
And that's dead center. And the Pirates get their first goal in this one. As I say, you never bet against Steve Weaver Crawford. That was dead straight. And that's a big one for the Pirates as we're approaching 1 minute left here at halftime. That is as big a goal as it gets in this sort of matchup at this part of the game.
Yeah, Australian native Steve Weaver Crawford has been really instrumental. He can take a lot of the credit for what's going on out there because he's president and founder of the St. John Bulldogs, in addition to being a tremendous player himself. I mentioned he won the Golden Boot in AFL Atlantic, and that's probably the biggest goal he's kicked all season as we're into the final minute here of this first half. That was a monstrous goal. Creighton will kick it through the middle. Intercept mark as that is reeled in by the Roos. It'll be kicked straight through the corridor towards forward 50. As thought that might be a clean mark. It's not. Ball goes to the ground again. We're seeing a little bit of that here as some congestion. As ball kicked out through the middle. As who is going to be first to it? Is going to go to Pirate hands. Turning on the Jets there was Sheen. As the ball comes toward forward 50. Chris Bourque of the Sydney Giants holding it. He'll take a kick looking for goal. And that is going to come at the horn. And the Pirates were hoping that might bounce through for a behind at least. But it is going to hold at a 19-6 score at halftime.
Yeah, Kangaroos 3 goals, 1 behind, 19 points to the Pirates. 1 goal, 0 behind, 6 points. Have to say the score pretty much indicates properly the play here. The Kangaroos had more of the play. Say the Pirates were a little bit better later on in the half. They did get that goal. See if that will give them some faith going into the second half. And we'll see. We have seen the start of the second half being a big turning point in some of these games. So we'll see if that's going to be the case in this one.
Yeah, and it's going to need to be for the Pirates for sure. But I think you're right. They started finding their game towards the end of the first half. And again, you're playing the other 3-0 team, right? You're playing theoretically, and I think in practice as well, the toughest team you've seen to date. And both of these teams still kind of learning about each other, but they don't really have a lot of time to do that. We talked about the format. These are quick games, and you expect the second half is going to be an extremely intense 20 minutes of football.
And the next first goal in that second half is going to be massive. Anyway, we're going to take a break, the last one of this tournament. We'll be back for the second half of the grand final of the 2025 AFL Canada Men's Club Championship. See you then.
Google Forms now accepts payments. The Payable Forms add-on allows for seamless integration of a digital checkout with your Google Forms. Install the Payable Forms add-on, link your payment provider, share, and get paid. Your customers can use Apple Pay, Google Pay, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, Cash App, Venmo, and more. Save time and hassle by automating your payment process quickly and simply. Payable Forms gets you paid.
Play for fun. Play for fitness. Play for glory. Play for community. Play for club. Play for country. Play for each other. Play because you love playing. Play footy. Visit AFLCanada.com and find a club near you today.
Toronto, Ontario, near the campus of Humber College. And we are approaching the last 20 minutes of the 2025 AFL Canada Men's Club Championship. Certainly Calgary Kangaroos have to be greatly happy with that first half as they lead 19-6, a 13-point lead. Want to thank the sponsors as we go here. Tribal Sport, Payable Apps, Hemingway's Restaurant and Bar, EMM Consulting, And one big thanks to eThereLIVE, the official streaming partner of the 2025 Men's Club Championship. And while I'm standing here, big thanks to Matthew Schaefer, Ainsley Gritter, been massive in our broadcast. I'll probably thank them again later, but I wanted to get that in as we have just a few minutes here before we get to the second half of this grand final. Calgary Kangaroos and the Atlantic Pirates, they've been great, and I think everybody that has been watching the stream getting a lot of great comments. It's been a great 2 days, been a hot 2 days, but a lot of great footy, and we'll talk more about that after this game ends. But thank you to eThereLIVE, and we're about ready for the second half to begin. It's going to be an important one here to get a good start for the Pirates.
Yeah, you were saying off mic, so to speak, there at halftime about how important the next goal is going to be, and really hard to dispute that if you're the Pirates. Not quite must next goal territory, but it could be pretty close. And they did play their best footy of the first half in the last few minutes, so they want to carry that over and start very strong here. They need to start very strong here in order to bring home that big championship trophy, which I'm looking forward to seeing.
It's a beauty. Ball is up, off of hands. Calgary look like they're getting control. Oh, it's off hands again. There's a handball. Calgary with control. Long kick. Defended well there by Fraze. Can the Pirates gain control? There's a whistle. And it looks like it's a free kick to Fraze.
Yeah, Tim Fraze, who used to play with the Kangaroos, kicking it up the left side. Has experience of footy on both sides of the country. As a ball on the ground. Contest, we've seen a lot of the game on the ground there. Is a ball on the opposite side of the broadcast location. No one really able to pick it up and do anything with it at the moment. As a ball brought to ground, and I think that's going to be holding the ball call. Don't know which player that was that delivered that tackle, but it is going to end up being a Pirates free kick. That is an important one here as we're just nearing the end of the first minute of play of the second half.
What they can do with it. Plays on, plays past the man on the mark, kicks down the line. This could be a mark. It is. That's nicely done there by the Pirates. They're going to have a kick a goal here. Well, we have a chance to kick a goal. This will be a long one. See if he goes for goal or goes for a mark. That's
Steve Weaver Crawford.
Steve Weaver Crawford. I'm gonna guess going for goal. But Weaver Crawford will make the right decision 98% of the time. I've done the math. See what he does. The run up. The kick, it's high. Will it reach? I don't think so. And there's no mark. It's right in front. The Kangaroos defense holds. That's a nice pickup there by number 11, Paul Barron. That doesn't get marked. Pirates all over, but that'll be high contact. Harrison Hyde will get a free kick for the Kangaroos. That kick, bouncing. Still in control are the Kangaroos. That's picked up by the Pirates. Here's Amaro. Amaro kicks it past the 50-meter line. Picked up by the Pirates. Kangaroos defend well and gain control. That ball bouncing back and forth between the teams. It's a tough game right now. Lots of physical contact, and that'll be a ball up.
Yeah, seeing a lot of ball ups. Wanted to rewind back to that play there. It was a great spoil by Jason Nyston. Players played for the Northwind before. That was a huge play for the Roos. Now ball coming into the forward 50 for the Pirates. Ball being kicked on the ground. Ian Euler, of course, also has played for the Northwind. Was the youngest member of the Northwind attack last year. Ended up losing the ball. It's kicked along the right side. Kangaroos trying to work up the right side of the field. Kangaroos in blue and white, Pirates in black. This is the championship game of the men's final side of the equation. As Matthew Woods had it briefly there for the Pirates, being worked along the side. There's a big tackle. You see the Pirates player was opposite of our broadcast location. It might have been Lyndon Tilby taking a man down. Tough to tell, but that is going to be a boundary throw. I don't think there was any prior opportunity there.
Be a ball up.
Pardon me, yeah, ball up, yeah.
In the correct end for the Pirates, but the defense of the Kangaroos are doing well, and they get control here. Kick down the line. They don't get a mark, though, on that kick. Just near the boundary line. And there's a whistle. May have gone over the line.
They're teasing us with all the action on the side opposite of the broadcast location here. We want to see some of this great play up our end.
It would be nice. My eyes aren't that good. Off hands. Calgary tried to get it forward. They couldn't. Pirates are able to get the ball, and there's just a lot of players around the ball right now.
Yeah, we talked before. That benefits the team in the lead, which is the Kangaroos in this case.
Yeah. Already 4 minutes gone here in this second half. Pirates need at least 3 kicks through some sticks to get the lead. Off of hands, Kangaroos pick it up. That is Philip Finch. Handballs it away. Here's another one. Handballs it backwards. That's a nice kick there by the Kangaroos. That's off of hands. That's over the boundary line, and I believe that will be a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, coming up at about 5 minutes, played in the second half, and 19-6 Kangaroos to score. Even that behind is looming large because that makes it 3 scores as opposed to 2. As
Absolutely.
We get a boundary throw-in here around the mid part of the field, located where the scoreboard is. Ball kind of bouncing around. It's going to be Ian Euler taking it out for the Pirates. They'll push the ball towards the forward 50. Here's a kick towards goal square. Tyler Coffin's in the mix, as is Steve Weaver-Crawford. Number of Pirates players. That was Connor Shaheen that was kicking it forward, and that will go through. I think there's going to be, that's going to be a 1-point score. So not the score they were looking for, although could be key down the line. So it goes 3-1, 19 Kangaroos, 1-1-7 for the Pirates.
It'll be a 2-goal difference now. Pirates trailing the Kangaroos. Didn't play more down the Pirates scoring end in this half. That's a big spoil by Payable, but that's high contact. Will be a free kick to the Kangaroos. That can release some pressure for the Kangaroos. Their defenders have had a lot of work here in the second half. Have to think fatigue could be a factor in this game after lots of heat, lots of footy. Here is Inkpen. Inkpen with the high kick. That's a nice one. And that is Dullard. See what Dullard does here. That's a long kick. You'd have to think he looks for a teammate. He does, but it goes over the line, and I believe that will be a boundary throw-in. I don't think it went out on the full.
Yeah, I was looking for Tyler Coffin, and I'm not sure if he underestimated the distance or if he thought Coffin was going to get more of a bigger lead there, but ultimately it ends up being a boundary throw, and not the result they were wanting, but because it's not out on the full, at least it turns into a 50-50 ball here. So that throw-in is going to be won, though, by the Kangaroos. Kick along the left side of the boundary. Ball goes bouncing along. Who's going to be there to pick it up? Jack Green's in the mix there for the Pirates. He's going to get it. Plays in Halifax with the Dockers. Tries for a centering kick there. Shaheen's after it for the Pirates as well. Obviously, Halifax well represented. There's Kolivas who plays for St. John. Oh, he's smothered. Kangaroos take possession. Ball goes way up in the air, and that will actually go out. I think that's we're going to see a throw-in.
Boundary throw-in,
as a result of that as well. It played 7 minutes here, so still time, obviously, but this is in the advantage of the Kangaroos.
Time becoming a bit of a factor here. Kangaroos again with a 2-goal lead here in the second half of the grand final of the 2025 Men's Club Championship. Ball bouncing around. Pirates do gain control. Here's a long kick to their forward line. Oh, that's off of hands. Big leap. Can't take it down. Kangaroos defense holding. That's a nice kick. And they get a succession of handballs, but that's a good tackle, and that's holding the ball, and that's a free kick to the Pirates.
Yeah, Kostas Kolivas of the Bulldogs with a big tackle there coming in the final day. He's been big for the Pirates. Sky kicks that, looking for Luke Creighton, didn't quite find him. Ball ends up in Kangaroo hands. That's another high kick. It's going to go up in the air. Lots of time for all the players on both teams to go chasing after that one. We've got a contest and a battle there. Adam McGraw, the Australian there for the Kangaroos, is in the middle of it. As it is going to end up
going to be a free kick.
Yeah, free kick
here
to
the
Pirates.
Pirates, and that is
Ollie Gardner, I believe.
Ollie Gardner. Clutching his leg there. I wonder if he has a bit of a cramp going, which you wouldn't be surprised with this heat. Pretty good kick to a plaque of players, but that goes right in the hands of Neil McKinnon from Wisconsin, Alberta. And there's another mark on the wing. to Adam McGraw.
He's been very good today.
Absolutely, been a big factor. That kick down far, nice body work. Can't take the mark was Amaro. And Edward Cameron that was. So the ball up. Calgary Kangaroos down their scoring end of the field. Can they pick it up? And that's held there. Another high contact. So this is a free kick here to Philip Finch from Cobber Victoria in Australia. He kicks it long to a dangerous position. Can the Pirates defense hold? This is a big turn. There's just gets a boot on it. Lots of players around the ball. There's a defensive handball. It goes through, and that will be another behind for the Kangaroos, which could be important. It's now 2-goal, 1 behind difference.
Yeah, at this point of the game, that is a big point. Not the one they were wanting, but still a big point regardless. Fraze kicks it. Dullard not able to get his hands cleanly on it, and the Kangaroos with numbers to the contest. There's a handball across. Tilby will pick it up for the Pirates. Lyndon Tilby, native of Western Australia, will kick the ball. Chris Bork's looking after it. Ball will come towards the forward 50. Bork throwing the body, but it's going to end up on the hands of Joel Goulet. And it comes on the left side as Brzezinski will sky that ball. Brzezinski has some experience playing with the national program as he kicked it to Finch, the Australian. Bit of a centering kick there, and I think that was kicked to Tykerobe, celebrating a birthday yesterday, as the ball kicked into the forward 50. Miles Amiro's after it for the Pirates. He'll scoop it up, but he was met with a tackle. Down he goes. Pirates keep possession, though, as Edward Cameron of the Bulldogs had it. Now the ball goes dribbling out and out of play. Should see a boundary throw in here, I think. As half of the second half has been played. And as David was mentioning earlier, time kind of the essence here. 13-point advantage for the Kangaroos.
Yeah, not a lot of room here in this one. Points are hard to come by. Goals even harder. Kangaroos 3 goals, 2 behinds, 20 points to the Pirates 1 goal, 1 behind, 7. Off of Kangaroo hands, there's a big tackle. That will be a ball up just outside the 50-meter arc of the Kangaroos scoring end. There's a ball up. Off of hands. No real control yet. Really tough to get a hold of the ball. You see a lot of juggling, a lot of spoils. It's tough sledding out there for both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. A ball up there on the forward 50 for the Roos. That's where they want the ball at this point of the game. The Pirates need to get it down the other end. They're going to need to score somewhat quickly here, I would think. Handball to the right. I think there might have been a high contact there. Smart play probably to play on given the situation with the clock. And ball not marked correctly as Ian Euler. He's giving a real spin around there, but he manages to get the ball to Inkpen, but then loses it. It's kicked forward 50 for the Kangaroos. Ball goes bouncing around. As here's an opportunity, and there's some staunch defense by Jacob McMillan of the Cornwall Tigers. Ball's bounced around. It'll come on to Kangaroo hands. Bit of a sharp angle kick towards the center, and that is going to go through. That is a huge kick for Harrison Hyde, who has been tremendous in this game for the Kangaroos. He's got himself a big 6 points.
That is a massive goal for the Calgary Kangaroos in a massive game for Harrison Hyde. A beautiful kick through the sticks, and that you have to wonder if that might be the backbreaker. That might be the winning kick for the Kangaroos. 4 goals, 2 behinds, 26 points to the Pirates. 1 goal, 1 behind, 7 points.
Yeah, getting early late, so to speak here, 26-7, and tougher to come back from 19, 26-7 than it would be 49-30. I know that's not how the math works, but such is the situation. The Kangaroos have put themselves in the advantage they put themselves in.
Off the tap. Pirates trying to get control. Well, both teams trying to get control. Nice handball there. Can't take the ball cleanly, though. Been a bit of a problem for the Pirates in this game. That kick goes to the pocket. Picked up by the Kangaroos. And that will be held. And that will be a ball up. Official streaming partner of the 2025 Men's Club Championships, Payable app. Simplify all the effort involved in accepting, collecting, and reporting electronic payments with Payable apps. Visit payableapps.com to automate your payments today.
Penn with the handball to Fable, kicks to the hot spot, was looking for Weaver Crawford. He couldn't get up to the ball. I don't know if that headband there is obstructing his visions, perhaps. There's a big kick for Bork of the Sydney Giants. That's going to be a single point. That'll bring it to 4-2, 26-128. So 18-point margin here for the Kangaroos.
Under 6 minutes left here in the second half. Kangaroos with what looks like a commanding lead right now with how the play in this game goes. Not a lot of easy scores happening. They're just kicking it around in their defensive part of the ground. They don't have to be a hurry. Killing the clock is a great plan right now for them. That ball going towards the boundary is picked up by the Pirates. Gets it towards the pocket, but that is intercepted by the Kangaroos, and they gain control.
Yeah, Kangaroos have set up really well, not allowing the Pirates much of anything as they try to push into the forward 50. As I think that's Dullard that's after the ball there, bouncing along the ground, trying to go up the back. The Pirates is, again, another contest, a lot of congestion, which, of course, always favors the team that's not playing from behind. As we'll get a bit of a ball up there near that 50-meter arc. Ball goes up, goes on to Kangaroo hands at first, but again, contest on the ground, so I think we're probably going to get another ball up. So spin around again, a bit of deja vu there, and that's all well and good for the Kangaroos trying to hold on to this lead of 18 points.
Less than 5 minutes left in this one. Clock, real enemy of the Pirates right now. They do have the ball, but do give it away.
Holding the ball.
Holding the ball. This is now in Luke Holcomb's hands. Plays for Edmonton, actually. So one of the players that's been added to Calgary for this tournament. Nice mark there. They play on, which they have to. Time is an enemy, as we've talked about. Ian Oyler trying to pick up the ball. Gets a handball away. Oh, tackled right away was Edward Cameron. Beautiful tackle there. That will be a free kick for the Kangaroos.
Yeah, actually, I think that's Harrison Hyde again, David.
What a game he has played. 47, that's Philip Finch. Handball goes a bit of awry. Pirates now with the ball. Handball. Philip Finch attack. Still in the hands of the Pirates. Gives it away. Going to both teams right now. There's a kick down the wing. Can Chris Bork marks? He does. Not much time left. Just over 3 minutes left. Chris Bork. There's a kick. Not really. That doesn't go well, and that picks up. The Kangaroos pick it up. Bit of a worm burner. Bork now takes control. Does get it to a teammate. Here's Oyler. Oyler, high kick. There's nobody there for the Pirates. That's a nice defensive mark there by number 54, Nick Desson. And plays on quickly, a little bit surprising given the fact they want to kill the clock. 2.5 minutes left in this grand final. Kangaroos up by 18. It's over the line, will be a boundary throw-in.
You can see now, too, when the Pirates get the ball, there's kind of that mental battle about whether you want what's the right move versus what's the quickest move, because you need those points right now, and that's obviously playing into the hands of the Roos. Pirates take possession, though, as Gillis had it briefly. Bruce Gillis of the Halifax Dockers, another one of the Dockers who used to play out west, actually, as Bork was taken to ground. And it looks like it'll be a ball up, which again benefits the Kangaroos. Under 2 minutes left here. It'd be a real tall task here for the Pirates to come back as Bork takes a swing at it with his hands, and it'll come on to the boot there of Ravi Azabadiad of the St. John Bulldogs. Ball goes out, going to be boundary throw-in.
From Patask, Greece. Also a very tough name to say.
Yeah, one of the original St. John Bulldogs.
All right. That ball, again, batted over the line. Will be another boundary throw-in. This totally favors the Calgary Kangaroos, which you have to think it's a tall order now for the Pirates to get back. 3 goals is required. And remember, time moves on every time you score. It has to go back to the center. It is a non-stop clock. Handball by Calgary. Picked up right in front of us. Cameron kicks the ball, but right to Calgary. And that is number 5, I believe. Nope, 51.
Griffiths.
Joel Griffiths. No relation to Lachlan Griffiths, the AFL Canada president. Off of hands. Payable gets the handball away. Here's another one. Here is Edward Cameron. Right in front of us is Euler. Gets the kick. There's a mark to Chris Bourque. We have less than half a minute in this grand final. It's going to be a Calgary Kangaroos victory. The West will win this one. But they're still trying to get a goal, the Pirates. They will not come away with the flag that they want.
Yeah, and the Pirates players wouldn't necessarily know how much time is left. They're just going to push until the end here, as you would expect.
Again, our clock is unofficial. But there is the siren. The Calgary Kangaroos are the 2025 AFL Canada Men's Club Championships. They get the name on the trophy on this first tournament, and it's well-deserved. I have to say they were the better team on this day, but have to hand it to both teams. Certainly the Toronto teams were sort of expected to play in this game, but East versus West, a great battle, but it's the Calgary Kangaroos that come away with the victory and will come away with the trophy, and it's going out west.
Yeah, great performance from both of these teams, and I think if you were to look at the scoreline, the Pirates probably gave the Kangaroos their toughest go this tournament, but wow, it was so impressive once Calgary developed that lead. They just didn't give the Pirates any sort of window to crawl through at all. Just tightened everything up so nicely. So much crisp ball movement, a lot of beautiful marks for the Kangaroos. We talked a lot about Harrison Hyde. He was just one of the players that we could have highlighted. So, yeah, obviously 2 great teams out there. Very hard-fought game. Great showing of respect here as well. But I don't think anybody would question, based on how the last 4 games unfolded, the Roos deserving champions.
The footy community can be a tight-knit community even across this country. Lots of those players in both teams have played with each other, whether it's with the Northwind. I know some of the current Pirates have played for Calgary in the U.S. Nationals. We have one that was a Kangaroo totally in Fraze. So a lot of these players know each other. It was a great battle, but full credit to the Calgary Kangaroos who came out, and boy, they were particularly impressive in the first half, and the Pirates just couldn't answer in the second. It was an even second half for the most part, but the Calgary Kangaroos certainly been the best team in this tournament. Just to go over their path, they beat the Quebec Saints 53-13 in that first game in the morning yesterday, and then they defeated the Toronto Rebels in what at the time was considered an upset, 35-17. And then it was a 43-0 win over the Wildcats, which got them to this game, and they came away with the victory. The Calgary Kangaroos, again, the 2025 Men's AFL Canada Club Champion, the first ever AFL Canada Men's Club Champion, and congratulations to them. Congratulations to all the players here this weekend. It was a great weekend of footy, a lot of great footy played, and what a great tournament.
Yeah, you said the Roos the first champions. Obviously, hopefully not the last. We want to see this event continue. Those of us in the footy community have heard so much over the years about U.S. Nationals. A lot of Canadian players have had the chance to take part in that event, and that is a great event stateside. But probably overdue that we have our own version up here. First and some, a tremendous success. A lot of great footy being played. So many hands go into this. I thought you did a great job at halftime just mentioning something. You mentioned Matthew pushing the buttons and directing the screens, and Ainsley the eye in the sky up there. So just 2 of many people that helped put on this great event.
Well, I particularly want to give a shout-out to the tournament chairman, Greg Bridges. A lot of work went into this. It was a fairly late decision to do this tournament. Some concerns, is it too late? But a lot of volunteers, to be fair, but shout out to him. all the players, all the volunteers, too many to mention really. I want to also shout out the sponsors for this tournament, Tribal Sport, the official tournament partner of the 2025 Men's Championship, Payable Apps, the official streaming partner of these championships, Hemingway's Restaurant and Bar, the official after-party partner of the 25 Men's Championship. After all the heat this weekend, I think there's going to be some suds flowing at Hemingway's this evening. Also, EMM Consulting, they were the official Women's Plus match partner in the 2025 Men's Club Champion. How great was it to see the women play here on this field? And finally, eThereLIVE, official streaming partner of the 2025 Men's Club Championship. Again, shout out our button pusher extraordinaire, Matthew Schaefer. Also solved any problems that came in. Had to listen to these voices for 2 days.
So enough to merit a good day's pay there.
He really deserves more pay just for that. And Ainsley Gritter, our eye in the sky with the camera, got a lot of compliments, I heard, on how good the camera work was in this tournament. So thank you to you both and everybody involved in eThereLIVE. Want to mention that we won't be showing the trophy presentation on this broadcast. AFL Canada will be filming it and showing it later on our social media channels, so be sure to check out that. But Patrick, it's done. 2 days of great footy, but it's now over. And the Calgary Kangaroos are the champions.
Yeah, as I said, well-merited. Bell the bell, 4-0. You want to see a deserving champion. You want to see great footy, but a deserving champion indeed. So all the best to the Roos.
Absolutely. So this is the final sign-off for Patrick McNeil. I'm David Smith. Thank you to everybody who's watched this stream for the 2025 AFL Canada Men's Club Championship. Hope to see you again. Bye for now.